Hi, everybody. Sherry Moore here, and today I would like to challenge you to check your butt. What? Seriously. This is something that I have actually been paying a lot of attention to over the past couple of weeks as I've just been going through life. I've noticed a lot of things popping up on my social media timeline saying, what gets in the way of your manifestation? What's getting in the way of you achieving what you really want? And it's interesting because it's usually clickbait to get you to buy something. But I'm going to tell you, it's actually something very simple. And today I'm going to tell you for absolutely free not only what it is, but how to overcome it. The thing that's standing in the way of your manifestation, the thing that frustrates us so much when we try and try and try and just can't seem to make those breakthroughs, is limiting beliefs. That is a thing. And we all have them. We all have that little voice in our head that tells us that we can't reach our full potential and we can't do things because. And instead of just talking about it, I'm going to actually give you an example today of how I've been working through this in my life and how I've discovered, hey, I've actually been doing this for quite some time now. And maybe it's time to apply it to some other areas of life. How do you challenge your limiting beliefs? Last Thanksgiving, I was called upon to do a bit more of the cooking for the annual holiday dinners. That's life, that happens. Eventually, the parents want to step back, pass on the baton, and let the kids start taking things over. So I was called upon to bring a bit more than my traditional mac and cheese recipe. I was quite nervous about this. It took a lot of planning, took a lot of effort, especially because one of the recipes that I was responsible for delivering was a bread dressing recipe passed down from my great grandmother. No pressure. We've only been eating this for like 3, 4 generations. It was intimidating. It was quite intimidating. And I thought, cooking is not really something that was very much valued as I was growing up. My mother did not like to cook. It was just not a big thing in our family. We did enough to get by. I mean, she could cook. She just didn't like to do it. There was actually a joke in our home when my parents built their house in 1989. She wanted to just take the kitchen off the floor plan altogether. She was like, I don't want to be in that room. I hate to cook. So I do believe that because of just her personal likes and dislikes, I never really came to value that as a skill, as something, and that was very important. And honestly, living in the South and not cooking is like missing a limb. It really sets you apart. Most people in the South like to cook, they pass down recipes. And it's something that they're very proud of, is how well they can do some things in the kitchen and cooking and making these elaborate foods that nourish and bless their families. It just wasn't a thing with us. So I didn't really learn to value it or to do it well. As I grew up, I kind of took on that same attitude. Hey, I'm not a great cook. Some other people have that natural ability, but not me. I just decided that this past Thanksgiving, I was tired of the struggle. I did not like how nervous I was in the kitchen, and I thought this is ridiculous. I really shouldn't feel this way. I should be more confident. I should be able to do this without doubting myself, without having so much anxiety and worry over it. So I decided last Thanksgiving I want to become more comfortable with cooking. I'm making excuses for myself because it's just not something that I wanted to do, but it's time for me to step up. I'm going to be called upon to do more things like this, and I don't want to suffer with anxiety every time the holidays roll around. So I decided last Thanksgiving I wanted to learn how to cook better. But more importantly, I wanted to get more comfortable in the kitchen. So I did my recipes, I worked on them, and they came out all right. Of course, some things better than others. You're going to succeed some places, fail others. What did I do? I took notes. I made adjustments. When Christmas rolled around, it went a lot better. It went a lot easier. I was a bit more relaxed. I was a bit more confident. I had some encouragement from my family, keep on, you're doing good. It takes everybody a while to really nail it down. You got to make little adjustments here and there, and that's okay. It's completely normal. I decided not to stop there. I thought, I don't have to be a master chef, but I still wanted to get more comfortable in the kitchen. And I knew that the only way to do that wasn't just to hit it twice a year. I needed to make a consistent, sustained effort. So I decided for my New Year's resolution, I was going to learn some new recipes. I was just going to learn some more recipes, learn how to cook a little bit better, get comfortable with reading them, interpreting them, kind of tweaking them to fit, my taste, our kitchen equipment, and whatever else. So I just stayed on it. And as luck would have it, I ran across some recipes in January, tried those. Those worked out all right. I just kept rolling. I kept rolling. And one thing that really motivated me through all of this was I realized that the lie was sitting right there in front of me. My family didn't like to cook, but my brother actually does like to cook. Once he married, moved out of the house, and moved on into adulthood, he actually grew to love cooking. He does most of the cooking for our family at holiday dinners. I was actually helping him. So I thought, there was one thing to dispel that limiting belief right there. My older brother. He grew up in the same house I did, and yet he came to not only like it, but to learn how to do it well. And I saw in him, this is doable. This is doable. I should not doubt myself. If anybody can learn how to cook, growing up in a home where it was not valued, that is definitely an untrue limiting belief. So I kept at it. I kept looking up recipes, trying things. Some things worked, some things didn't. I always needed to make adjustments here and there, but my husband very much encouraged me, and so did the rest of my family. And 9 months later now, not only am I a better cook, but more importantly, I met my goal. I'm more comfortable in the kitchen. I don't have that anxiety when mealtime runs around. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to plan this? I have it not only made me more confident, it lessened my anxiety, and frankly, it just made me feel good to say, hey, I was wrong about myself. I can do this. Now, I'm no master chef. Don't look for me to publish a cookbook, especially since I'm working on a sci-fi trilogy that's going to be going to the beta reading very soon. But I'm very proud to have achieved that. And really, I want to use this example to encourage you, because if I, at age 50, can get more comfortable with cooking and learn how to do it better, overcome anxiety and dislike for it, to actually, find some pride, encouragement, and actually the thing that I grew up learning to hate has actually boosted me up, what would letting go of some of these other limiting beliefs do for my life? And I've actually started to see it bleed into other things into my life. I thought I couldn't do book promotion, but here I am making a video right now. I've built Broken Reality Books. It's building. I'm reaching out to readers more. I did not really think that I could truly succeed as a writer, reaching an audience. I thought I was too introverted to do that, but here I am. And ironically, learning to get more comfortable in the kitchen back here to do something other than writing and making videos, but actually making food, has kind of spurred me on to take positive action in other areas of my life. So here I am, and the promotion journey, like cooking, has its ups, has its downs, but I've learned the same applies. When things fail, it's the first attempt at learning. Take notes, take stock, learn your lessons, move on. Pretty simple. Or so it seems. The thing is, those limiting beliefs really, they hold us back more than we realize. And really, those are the weeds you have got to pull out of your soul. So today, let's do that. Let's get the post hole diggers and just get to those roots, yank them out, toss them out there. Let's have a big fall bonfire. Just burn all those limiting beliefs that are holding us back. How do you do it? Well, how did I do it? First of all, I had to identify my limiting beliefs. So what I would tell you to do is first, get out your journal, a piece of paper, the back of a CVS receipt. Shoot, you could probably do 3 or 4 on the back of a CVS receipt, and write down your limiting beliefs. Now, how do you know what they are? Simple. Think about what you'd like to accomplish. Apply the secret. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? What's your goal? Get quiet. Ask yourself what I want to go. And then pay attention to your mind. And wait until that voice says, yeah, I could do that, but. That's it right there. Write down that but. That but is your limiting belief. It's what's holding you back. Write it down. And keep digging. Keep digging. Challenge it. And if another but comes, write that down too. Keep going until you get right to the root of what it is. Fear or lack of self-confidence. I don't think I can be a best-selling author because I just don't feel like I'm good enough. I don't feel like I'm a good enough writer or good enough with people. I don't have that natural charisma. I don't feel like I can cook because I never really was taught to like or value it. I don't feel like I can run my own business because what if it fails? I don't know how to do it. Nobody's mentored me. I don't know how to do it. What if I fail and fall flat on my face? I can't write that novel because it's going to take a lot of time, and what if it's bad? What if it gets bad reviews? A lot of these limiting beliefs, we were taught them, and probably not intentionally. You know, as I said with the cooking, it was really secondary. I was not told I couldn't cook. Nobody ever said that about me. It was just kind of a secondary thing that seeped into my soul. And that's where a lot of these limiting beliefs come from, is those little things that seep into your soul from all kinds of things. So just write them down and then make a consistent daily effort to dispel them. Take little steps. I have something on my desk at work that says, don't wish for it, work for it. Work for it. You know, these small wins, they add up. And I've talked about the small wins before. So just keep working, keep going, keep trying things one small step at a time. You know, pray, obey, you'll be okay. If you pray over it, if you really lift it up and just ask for help and guidance, you'll find steps along the way. You don't need to see the whole staircase. I do not write a novel in a day. It happens step by step, and so does this. Just take consistent steps every day. And if your motivation lags or the doubt comes back, just keep on pushing. That's actually when it's most important to do it. Keep on pushing. Don't stop. And, you know, really, I think that this is something that we all need to work on, because you've heard the saying that everything you want is on the other side of fear. That's true. Well, here's another thing to consider. Nothing that compromises you is true. You know your truth. Those deep-seated desires, those big goals, those things that you want to manifest, they're there for a reason. That's you. The limiting beliefs, they aren't you. So let's get rid of them. Let's yank them out by the roots, have that big bonfire, and take that CVS receipt with all of those butts on it and replace a broken vertical blind. So when you open and shut it every day, you'll see it and you'll realize why it's nonsense. You can do it. Now, if you need some extra guides, I actually ran across a very handy book, and it's on my Kindle, so I don't know. It's called Manifestation Mastery: The Science-Backed Guide to Achieving Your Dreams by Adrian Holt. It was only $2.99 on Amazon. It's a short guide. It has actionable steps that you can take to overcome your limiting beliefs and achieve your dreams. I've told you how I succeeded, and I'm taking it to the next level. Come with me, please. We all need to help and support one another. And you're my friends, and I want you to succeed. I want to see you live the best possible life. So, with that, check your butt and have a great day.